Liverpool have been among the busiest clubs during the summer transfer window, completing a comprehensive overhaul that grants manager Slot the opportunity to develop his style and devise tactical alternatives to face any opponent. From breaking down low defensive blocks to outnumbering any team during transitions, there may, however, be some evident weaknesses in this approach. It is clear that pre-season matches do not reveal everything, but for tactical enthusiasts, they provide a valuable insight into what the manager is planning for the upcoming season. The first notable aspect is the natural evolution of their system, which relies more heavily on possession, as we witnessed last season. In fact, the core principles of this team appear largely unchanged. They exhibit patience in possession, yet remain ever ready to break forward immediately when the opportunity arises. Their midfield is flexible, constantly rotating to create numerical superiority across the pitch. Off the ball, their relentless pressing remains one of their fundamental defensive traits. Welcome to Cadro Sport Channel. If we were to construct Liverpool's probable starting 11 from the back, it is likely we would see Kirk at left back, with Bradley or Frengman as possible substitutes for Trent on the right flank, Solskjaer and Greenberch in a double pivot midfield, Wirtz and Iketaki leading the attack alongside Salah on the right wing, and Gakpo, who has been frequently deployed on the left wing throughout pre-season. This is an extremely fluid tactical system, and the first significant differences compared to last season emerge in the way they build from the back. Last season, Slot preferred to utilise fullbacks in a relatively hybrid position, neither too narrow nor too wide. However, in these initial matches, his approach seems closer to that of a coach like Postecoglou, with fullbacks positioned high up the pitch and occupying half spaces. Specifically, while left-back Kirk is deployed with a slightly more defensive mindset, Bradley or Frengman appear to enjoy greater freedom to roam, often seen on the defensive line ready to support Salah on the flanks. This shape in build-up play is very narrow. If the centre-backs come under pressure, Greenberch and Solskjaer provide support out wide or through the middle. Yet due to this aggressive positioning on the flanks, opponents are unlikely to push a large number of players forward. Should they do so, it indicates that Liverpool are comfortable swiftly shifting the ball to the wings, something frequently observed at the start of last season. We can see a good example of this shape in this clip, where Liverpool advance higher up the pitch and the fullbacks occupy more central, advanced positions. This allows the wingers to engage in one-on-one duels with the opposing fullbacks, and these direct passes are expected to be a recurring feature this season. This movement against Bilbao also demonstrates the fluidity of this shape when building from the back, with the fullbacks more centrally positioned, and when Sols moves wide to offer the team an option, both Wirtz and Ik drop deeper to support the team. This formation achieves two things. It creates a numerical advantage over the opponent's press and, at the same time, positions their most direct and dangerous players, such as Salah, in the defensive line ready to launch attacks from deep. Interestingly, one major difference between Bradley and Frengman is that Frengman tends to stick closer to the touchline, whereas Salah drifts more centrally. Therefore, I am eager to see how this relationship evolves with Salah on the right wing. As the team advances up the pitch, it splits into two groups of 5. These 5 focus more on providing Liverpool with balance and structure, likely adopting a 3-2 shape to facilitate build-up play under initial pressure, while the front 5 are more fluid by nature, rotating positions and denying defenders any fixed point to mark. The links between these two groups are usually maintained through 3 midfielders, with Solskjaer and Wirtz frequently alternating roles. Often, the latter drops deeper from his original position to receive the ball, with his role being taken up by another player further forward. Occasionally, Iketaki drops back from the defensive line, or players such as Bradley move into more central positions. By examining Wirtz's statistics from last season on the FMob website, we can appreciate his importance both offensively and defensively for Bayer Leverkusen. He was among the league's top performers in his position in terms of expected goals and expected assists, in addition to recording the highest number of successful dribbles, highlighting his versatility across the pitch. However, what matters most to a coach like Arne Slot are his defensive figures, as his interceptions, ball recoveries, and high-pressing actions were among the best in the Bundesliga for players in his role. This is a vital component for the success of the intense pressing system upon which Slot relies. Nevertheless, do not expect Wirtz to venture frequently into wide positions, as the accuracy and success rate of his crosses were among the lowest for players in his role. Therefore, he will naturally pose more of a threat through the centre of the pitch, making late runs into the penalty area to finish attacks. This possession-focused system enables Liverpool to control the ball more easily, with a large number of players positioned in attacking areas. When the team is in the attacking third of the opposition, there are often only Van Dijk and Kanate in the backline, with Greenberg positioned ready in midfield, while the fullbacks occupy advanced positions on the pitch. Large groups of players form through these attacking rotations. This means that a significant number of players may end up inside the penalty area, and with players such as Solskjaer, Wirtz and Bradley, there are numerous players poised to make penetrating runs into the box. Even with a player like Ikitaki in attack, who does not adhere to a fixed position, Liverpool are likely to offer opposing defences very few reliable points of reference. This system appears to be a natural evolution of what we witnessed last season, with similar patterns of play whether in possession or out of it. However, we have also seen why this system can be fraught with risks in certain situations. For instance, in their 2-4 defeat against AC Milan, Liverpool's defensive line was exposed 3 times on counter-attacks. We have witnessed just how dangerous Liverpool can be when applying high pressing on the opponent's pitch, consistently regaining possession in these areas and creating threatening opportunities. However, a single mistimed movement can leave considerable space for the opposition to launch an attack towards goal, as was the case in the Milan match, particularly on the right side, which Bradley left vacant. Opponents may find ample room to exploit if Liverpool's intense pressing is not executed effectively. Yet, as previously mentioned, with the signings Liverpool have made this season alongside some talented young prospects, the team does not always have to rely on this particular style of play. With some key positional changes, the team can look entirely different. Suitable alternatives exist in every position, with the possibility of replacing the entire midfield and attack with important players quite easily. This quicker system could benefit a player like Darwin Núñez, whose relatively fixed position can provide Liverpool with a clear target inside the penalty area. What we saw towards the end of their match against Yokohama was the use of Frimpong as a wing-back on the right, with greater space to advance and deliver crosses into the box. This was a pattern frequently observed last season, where he ranked among the best in the Bundesliga for chance creation and successful crosses. His assist for the second goal in that match is a perfect example of this new shape, indicating that Liverpool may rely more heavily on deep crosses from the right flank. This could suit a player like Darwin Núñez, given his relatively fixed position compared to someone like Ikitaki and his readiness to receive crosses inside the box. The team Liverpool have assembled this summer does not merely add quality, but grants manager Slot considerable tactical flexibility. Depending on the opponent and their tactical formation, Liverpool can effortlessly switch between chaotic and disciplined styles of play. Of course, this flexibility also comes with its risks, and we have seen that if Liverpool's intense pressing fails, large spaces can be exploited by the opposition. In the end, we have seen many teams and managers struggle to cope with this significant increase in squad size. So let me know in the comments below if you think Slot will be able to find the solution for all these new signings. Thank you for watching.